All right, what's popping? Everybody make some noise! Yes! 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 This is the FNB Hackathon 2025. Make some noise! Yes! Come on, guys! We are here! We are live, baby! All right, awesome. So this is the FNB Hackathon 2025. We have over 10,000 of you guys participating in this extraordinary hackathon. We also have a lot of you guys that are hacking from the comfort of your homes. So if you're at home, all right, don't forget to hashtag FNB AOTY Hackathon. That's FNB AOTY Hackathon. Also, please, do take pictures, right? Post online. And let us know what your workspace looks like. Please don't be afraid to share your postings. Let's get this popping. And also, we are live right here in the studio. Make some noise, guys. Yes. Yes. Make some noise. Make some noise. Yes. All right, cool. I am your host. My name is Karabo Mohula. I'm going to be with you guys for the next 3 days, right? Looking into the power of a hackathon. But before we get into that, guys, let's also respect and honor. Let's stand up and make some noise for FNB. FNB! Make some noise, guys. Stand up. Make some noise for FNB. Stand up. FNB are making it happen. We are here because of FNB. Yes. This is one of the biggest hackathons in Africa. All right, cool. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. So we are live right now on four places you guys can catch us. You can catch us at appoftheyear.co.za. You can also catch us on App of the Year YouTube. Also catch us on App of the Year Facebook and also App of the Year LinkedIn. Guys, honestly, please don't forget to hashtag throughout the course of the next 3 days. FNB Hackathon AOTY. That's FNB AOTY Hackathon. Don't forget to hashtag. Please make that happen. You guys can stand a chance to win some awesome prizes. Who knows? I can maybe knock on your door. You know, remember those commercials that Omo? You know, they knock on your door and they say, hey, you've won. Maybe I could be that guy that knocks on your door. Who knows? All right, cool. So the power of a hackathon, I think one of you guys need to really understand is, oftentimes when we talk about game changers and path makers, we oftentimes point at political people, in the governmental spaces. But I think it's the young minds that we have in this particular places that you guys are literally utilizing the power of technology to bring about real-world solutions to the problems that we are facing in the world. So guys, make some noise for yourselves. Make some noise for yourselves. So the 3 days that we're here, we're celebrating you, right? We're celebrating you guys. All right, cool. So when we talk about the journey that we're here at this particular hackathon, we cannot emphasize on the power of the umbrella of the App of the Year. So the App of the Year is a huge player in the ecosystem, and then from that umbrella, we have what we call the FNB App Academy, which we just took part of. I know you guys saw me. I was there making my thing happen. So for the FNB App Academy, we have over 200,000 of you guys that were participating. So the power of the App Academy was to introduce you guys to the power of technology to work on those apps that could be game-changing in the world. I know for sure that you drive in your vehicles, you see billboards, you see, for example, naked, I'm not saying that naked. You drive, you see pineapple. I know Teko's hungry, so he thinks the pineapple that you eat. So also think about it. Your guys' solutions could also be groundbreaking and extraordinary in so many ways. So the power is literally where we are at right now, which is the hackathon. So from the App Academy, we have 200,000 of you guys participating in the App Academy, where we are literally right here at the hackathon, where we are going to be focusing on those real issues and using the power of technology to bring about innovative solutions to the space. And as I said, we have 10,000 of you guys participating, right? If a lot of you guys that are online, let's make some noise for those that are online. Let's make them feel at home. So, they are hacking from the comfort of their homes, but we are also making them feel right at home, which is awesome. So, I know for sure, guys, that great groundbreaking solutions are going to come from you guys. I really cannot wait to see what you guys make out of this particular opportunity. But also speaking about the App Academy, I spoke a little bit about the hackathon, but also we have the awards under the umbrella of the App of the Year. We have the App of the Year awards. So the winner of this hackathon could be a key runner at the category at the App of the Year Best Solution at the App of the Year. So make some noise for you guys. Hopefully you guys will be there. Make some noise. All right. 1, 2, 3. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Listen, if you guys don't make more noise, I'm going to put you on the spot. Are you guys ready? These next 3 days, it's not just about innovation. It's not just about the power of technology. It's about you guys. Are you guys ready? All right, so let's bang those drums for the next speaker who's going to come on the platform. Make some noise. All right, cool. Make some noise for the head of client strategy at FNB Business. Make some noise for Lynette. Yes, she's right there.
Thank you. Thank you. Maybe we can start by hacking this, right? How do we get a mic to work? Could be the first question. But hello, Africa. Hello, Africa. Hello, Africa. I know that there are people online. Hi, how is everybody? Okay. Look, I'm so privileged and I'm excited to be amongst such youngsters. I feel young, by the way. I've got a 25-year-old and a 23-year-old, so you can imagine, what I've got into. And I'm always amazed at the things they know. Guys, I don't know coding to serve my life, right? So I hope I'll learn something here today. But I'm always amazed at how the world has opened up for the younger generation. I mean, I think I only experienced the first computer at university, and I think it was like final year or something strange like that. So it is really mind-boggling how technology has advanced. It's really amazing what we can solve. Things that we needed a room to solve, you only just need a computer to solve. So you guys are really sitting at the cusp of solving for real life problems that warrant real-life solutions. So I'm really excited, to be here. And all eyes are actually on us, not just this room, but on us as South Africa. Because as most of you know, we are on the global stage right now. We are here. We've got the presidency, the G20 presidency, and we've got the global stage, where global leaders like the brains of the brains of the brains are sitting together in a room, in various rooms, to try and solve for real problems that we are facing. And we know as Africa, we are also facing some real social, economic problems. So in as much as they are sitting in their big rooms with the fancy dinners and all that, they are going to come up with policies, they are going to do some advocacy work, but where the real solutions resides in the brains that are here and online here. Because it's only through innovation in actually coming with tangible solutions that we can actually solve. Policies will enable, advocacy will enable, but what will actually make the difference is the brains that are sitting here today. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of today. And I'm really excited for the winners. And remember, even if you do not win, guys, we all know many stories of people who really came up with innovation, be it Google. We can talk about many of these innovations. They were not the star children either. So even if you do not win, don't give up on your idea. Play with it, refine it, and take it out to market. You never know when you can really strike gold. So I wish you all the best, guys, and let's have the hype, let's have the energy, let's support each other, and I wish you all the best. I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Janice, who will come and talk the real things. I was just like a curtain raiser. When you've got concerns, like the curtain raisers are like, when is the real person coming? So the real person is now coming. So I'm handing over to Janice, who's the real person today. Thank you, everybody, and thanks for your support.
Got the mic. Thanks. Thank you so much, Lynette. Good morning. Good morning to all of you online and all of you in the room. Good morning to the innovators, dreamers, and digital builders. Today is a celebration of technology, excellence, and the unlimited possibility of all you talented people in this room this morning. The the 2025 FNB Hackathon is a proud initiative born out of a much needed skills gap needed to be filled. Today, this room is buzzing with energy that will shape the digital future. You're here because you believe technology can unlock real solutions for real people. At FNB, innovation is not just a buzzword, it's in our DNA. From bringing you the first fully digital banking experience to delivering our award-winning FNB app, innovation is in our DNA and it's at the heart of who we are. But what truly sets us apart is our commitment to creating platforms for others to innovate. This hackathon is more than a competition. It's a sandbox of creativity. Over the next few days, you will test ideas, you'll write code, and more importantly, you will collaborate. You're not just building solutions over the next 72 hours, you're building relationships, you're building confidence, and you're building momentum to what could be the next biggest leap in technology innovation. Today, we are reminded that we are here to celebrate South African excellence in technology. This platform opens doors for creators and innovators that may not have had this possibility before. We connect bright ideas with mentorship and visibility needed to scale. Our past hackathons have produced fintech solutions working toward closing the all-important financial inclusion gaps, to apps that are tackling transport, education, healthcare, and much-needed food security. Innovation is not just about apps, it's about impact. It's about moving people, businesses, and communities forward. That is why FNB continues to invest in ecosystems like this. Because when you thrive, South Africa thrives. We believe that South Africa's next world-changing app can be born in this room here today. This morning, the message that we've got for you and our call to action to each and every one of you in the room and online is to be bold, be curious, and be relentless. Don't code for convenience, code for change. Don't chase the prize, chase purpose. Embrace the challenges and setbacks. That's where innovation lives. To all our mentors, our judges, and our partners, your insights and belief in local talent is what makes this platform truly powerful. Thank you for your continued commitment, mentorship, and inspiration. Without you, this would not be possible. Thank you. As we kick off this hackathon, let's make a promise to each other that what begins here today will not end here today. That the ideas born over this weekend will continue to evolve, scale, and inspire. Innovation doesn't start with a billion-rand company. It starts with one idea, one problem worth solving, and one team brave enough to make the change. As I look around this room, I'm very nervous, but equally inspired by how many young people are actually taking and using technology to drive the much-needed change we need in society. This event proves that South Africa's future is in safe hands. We've got limitless creativity, potential, and possibility, all under one roof, working toward a shared and common goal. At FNB, we believe in ideas with impact, and that's what today is all about. A warm congratulations to each and every one of you. Good luck over the next 72 hours, and let's code the future. Thank you.
All right. All right. 1, 2. Yeah. Let's make some more noise, guys. Make some noise. Yes, sir. All right. Cool. All right. So we're going to have a panel discussion right now. I'm going to be joined by three extraordinary individuals, Hackathon alumni. Make some noise for Simpiwe Radebe. I've got Kingsley Skinny Kwedi. And I'm also going to be joined by Tsetsi Marote. Yeah, we're gonna discuss, we're gonna talk, but I just want to make sure the mic, I'm not really sure, is it good? Yeah, but is my mic on though? Is it? Cool. Awesome. Hey guys. All right, awesome guys. So first and foremost, let's make some noise for them. Yeah. I'm joined by big guys, you know. Before we get into the topic on the power of a hackathon, I'm going to ask you guys really quick, briefly, just to tell us a little bit about yourselves before we talk a little bit about your businesses, just so they can get to know who you guys are, right? I know you guys a lot from hackathons, you know. This kid, Simpiwe, extraordinary kid, at a young age, doing what he does, winning what he's won. I'm always telling him that, man, like you are, what, our generation needs. If you can have more people like you, man, I think we will be in a better place, not just in the economy, but also in the digital space. So guys, let's make some noise for Simpiwe, honestly. And also, my brother, Skinny, that's his stage name, Skinny. He has also been instrumental, man, in the hackathon space, an extraordinary mentor, always giving knowledge and assisting, the up-and-coming, young people that are always participating in hackathons. And I know for sure the knowledge that he's going to share on this platform will really ignite the fire in you guys, also help you guys on, working on those innovative solutions. So let's make some noise for Skinny. And of course, my extraordinary sister, Tsitsi, I did share earlier on that. I'm always seeing her video. They're always playing her at the App of the Year Awards. Extraordinary young woman, powerful, making things happen. I'm always intrigued in the minds of individuals that are, somehow always pushing beyond the environments that we come from. Sometimes you have to really be honest that not all of us come from good environments, But when you look at people who are able to make things happen, not just being confided in the spaces that they're at, we really have to applaud such people. So let's make some noise for Tsetsi. All right, guys, so you guys are here. Let's talk a little bit about who you are first and foremost, and then we'll talk on the importance of the power of a hackathon. All right, my brother? Yeah, my sister.
Hi, everyone. My name is Titi. I am a senior software engineer at Bash. Buy at Bash, please, so that I can get a bonus. And I'm also a co-founder of the Guardian Health platform. It did start via hackathons, and we did win the best youth app and the best health app solution at the App Awards. We have been pushing. We have just finished with our pilot with our first white label client, so we are pushing beyond this hackathon. Guardian Health is now a revenue generating business.
Awesome. Young man.
Hi everyone. So I am Simpiwe Radebe. I'm an Android developer at a financial institution. And yeah, I've been programming for such a long time. Hackathons are my thing, That's where I got into where I'm currently working. So yeah, Simpiwe is a self-taught engineer. That's me.
My brother.
Awesome. I hope everyone is doing well. I go by the name of Skinny, but my real name is Kamogelo Kingsley Kwedi, and I am a lead development manager at Siaka Digital or Siaka Consulting. I lead the digital department that side. I'm also a developer as well. I actually started with Misho and Tiane from Geek Culture in 2014, and now I am here, and I also but I'm a founder of a startup called Codename Dojo, where we teach, programming, robotics for high school. We also have esports for gaming, alongside with the comedian Tolesmo. Thank you.
Wow, man. All right, hi guys. I'm a back-end MC. and a full stack host. My business is really, technology. So guys, thank you. Make some noise for me, guys. Whoop, whoop. All right, cool guys. So listen, we're going to talk about, a hackathon, the power of the hackathon. So guys, oftentimes, not a lot of people know, hackathons, right? So we oftentimes look at unconventional approaches, right? So hackathon, it's obviously a gateway to bring about sustainability and development. Let's really talk in terms of just the importance on, people coming from where they come from, and looking at challenges, pinpointing specific challenges, and using the power of technology to bring about those particular solutions. So this particular question, you guys can all answer it one at a time. My sister, I'll start with you.
So starting with us, the main problem that we solve is maternal health. So basically ensuring that pregnant women can be able to have safe deliveries. But through our development, we also do white labeling of solutions, which means we just brand it for organizations so that they can rent out our technology and use it. And that was born from doing a lot of research and realizing that in Africa, actually it's a global issue that a lot of women have complications that are preventable during pregnancy, and that's because there are certain complications that you can't tell that they are happening, that are caused by things such as this gestational diabetes, and things such as those. And I think this is even worse when you think about it in the township or in remote areas where people are not actually, they don't have hundreds of doctors that they can quickly run to when a complication happens. It becomes even more critical that, we have access that's virtual, but also not only that remote monitoring is able to help to show those women that something is about to happen, you need to be able to seek help. And I mean, these are solutions, these are problems that we see all the time. I'm sure a lot of us have seen someone having a miscarriage or hearing about it, or hearing that someone had a complication and hearing about it. And I just want to say as well, as women problems are not given as much attention. So I'm so happy to see a lot of women in the room, because I think it's really important that we all sit on the table to solve problems that we face, because we understand them the most. I don't know how true this is, but quite recently I found out that the chainsaw was apparently created for pregnant women for C-sections, right? That's crazy, right? I'm pretty sure that's not a woman who suggested that. So my point is that we all need to sit on the tables and solve problems that we face, regardless of gender, regardless of race, regardless of where you come from. It's really important that you recognize the problems that your society and your community faces and be the solution to those. And technology is one of the best tools that you can have to solve so many problems. So yeah.
Awesome. My brother?
Yeah, I think us coming from different places all over the world, wherever we are from, we get different perspectives into certain ideas or problems. For example, what I built with women's safety. I'm not a woman, but, I had seen something that, hey, in unsafe areas, some people want to share locations without showing they've got a device, and they can just say help or use technology to actually do that without them exposing themselves of having something with them. And if you look at different areas like maybe there's a place where you can't get an ambulance quite quickly, someone can request on an app to get an ambulance and see how far it is. And sometimes you don't need an ambulance for certain things, so you can actually get a self-help section in that app to help yourself, So having the idea and different people, different inputs to come up with such problems, you can get easier solutions and solutions that will go further than what you can think of. Because I can think of one thing, but if I'm now with her, she'll have a different viewpoint and we can make something much bigger. So yeah, I think having multiple people from different eras makes it so much easier to integrate technology and solve problems.
Like that. Awesome. Brother man, Skinny.
Awesome, thanks. From my side, I would like to say that, especially when you come to a hackathon, I think it's a space that provides you with opportunities to expand your knowledge, to also expand your talent, because 2014, I did not know what hackathons were. I just knew how to build robots with toys and radios and etc. Got in the wrong bus, and boom, I'm at the hackathon for the whole weekend with my school uniform. That's when I saw that, you know, this is a space that doesn't limit anyone. Anyone from rural areas, township, can come to the space, meet up with new people, try to solve a solution. As they did mention, they were trying to solve a solution when it comes to women health, you know, and there's different types of solution. And those shows that you guys are problem solvers. You know, you see a problem and you're like, you know what, I'm not just gonna sit there and just watch YouTube and do whatever. I'm just gonna do something about it. Let me solve this solution or this problem. Coming up with a digital solution could be anything, you know, a mobile app, a website, IoT devices, and etc. And for you to take it further, this is where you now meet your judges, meet mentors. Some of the mentors are gonna tell you that, you know what, this idea, take it to this different route or do this and etc. They're not trying to actually, you know, demotivate you, but they're trying to guide you to, you know, because they see potential. So whenever these mentors come to you guys, don't feel like they don't like your idea or all these things. Take it as a learning curve, because I've seen a lot of people that they felt that their ideas have been shut down, but look at now, they are working, they have their own startup, and hackathons are mostly bring up businesses. I don't know how many times I've seen a lot of business come out of hackathon. I'm one of them, and he's one of them as well, and him as well. And there's so many of you guys out there. So hackathon is, I think hackathon is like a country of nerds and problem solvers, and you know, people who are wanting to take charge. Because if we don't take charge, who else will?
Right, I like that. Make some noise, guys. So you guys have mentioned, Titi, you know, you've mentioned that, you know, you started at a hackathon and your business was, you know, founded from a hackathon. I want to speak a little bit about, a lot of people are participating for the first time. Let's say, for example, from this hackathon, you come up with an idea, right? What are the next steps, you know, of turning that idea into an MVP? Obviously, we talk about programs, accelerated programs that you guys can go through. But let's talk a little bit about, there's obviously a journey, a process that takes that idea into it being fully fledged into a prototype.
Yeah. So when we started our first hackathon, we did some data science stuff. So we found some public data sets, and we literally had some machine learning models in some notebooks. We showed what we were trying to show, and that was it, right? And if you look at our business today, it's completely different to what we did then. I would say that one of the things that we've done is do surveys. Basically, go and talk to your users, because a lot of times you're building solutions that you're not actually the end user for that. So for instance, I've never been pregnant. He's not a woman, right? So it becomes important that we go and we actually talk to the people that we're solving for. That's the health professionals, that's the moms, that's the women, and we're like, what do you need? What are your pain points? Why would you use this? And try to actually understand what the needs are. Because sometimes being able to recognize a problem doesn't mean the solution itself actually solves that problem in the right way for that person. So we've had to rebuild from where we started. Once we started talking to people, we realized doctors were not going to use what we had at that time, and then we partnered with them. So what I would say is do research. That can be surveys, that can be having conversations. I would also say that do partner with someone who is in the industry that you are working on. So we have a medical doctor in our team, which is really important, because now you have someone who can validate your ideas, who can test those ideas. So I would say that's the second thing. Also, just do like a lot of research. Just do a lot of research and find out what's there. What are people using at the moment to solve that particular thing? They must be doing something, even if it's manual, right? What are they using? Why would they move to your solution, like what you're proposing? Why would they move to that? What is the actual solution that you are bringing forward? So do a lot of research even before, because I think one of the mistakes that I feel we made is kind of thinking as developers and feeling like we need to build, and then once we've built, then we can go and show something. And I feel like that was actually a waste of time, because you can have conversations even without a product. Like, go talk to people even without the product. Here's the idea. What do you think about it? Here's how we think it's gonna work. Do an architecture diagram. Hear what people think much early. It's gonna save you a lot of time where you build stuff and then you realize that nobody's gonna use it because you didn't actually build it for your users. So I would say that would be one of those things. But also, I think once you've established that you do have an idea, it's important to think about where are you trying to go with the product, right? And I'll give you guys an example. After we were like, okay, we've won the best health app and things like that, we realized, and we were talking to people, and a lot of times when we would try to sell the solution, the practices would normally tell us like, oh, we already have something that we use for this particular thing or for that particular thing. So then we were like, okay, so let's rebuild in a way that allows us to give people very specific features that they need for their practice. So that's because we had this vision that in the future we want to be able to maybe have just different modules that we can be able to rent out, if you think of it in that way. And today we're able to white label because of that. We're able to onboard facilities and brand things and templatize because of that vision and that rebuilding that we did a few years ago. So I think once you've established the problem, really think about what you are trying to do. Who's your customer? You're trying to serve businesses, single users. How's that going to work? How do you see it growing so that you don't have a lot of technical debt? Because that's the worst thing you can do, that now once you have a client, you realize that you have to rebuild because your stuff just isn't going to work or it's not scalable once you go into the market. So give things a lot of thought. Like, I love being a cowboy. I think you should be if you're a startup. But I think you need to balance that with where we're actually going and what are some of the risks that we shouldn't take when it comes to our technology. And also just be careful, like we work in health, so things like security are really important. So also think around those things as you cowboy. You can't now be exposing people's digital records because you're trying to go to market early. So give things a lot of thought is what I would say, and do a lot of research.
Well, I like that. You really went into depth, with your answer, and you touched on a lot of pointers that I also wanted to share with the other fellow panelists. I want to ask you, so since she also spoke or alluded to the power of, strongly emphasizing on, the problem statement. When we look at a lot of businesses that are very impactful, there are businesses that are solution-based, right? So if we look at Facebook, the solution is it helps us be connected. That is the solution. So, Simpiwe, when we have extraordinary young people here, how important is it really to fully analyze, to scope into the problem, that there's a need for a particular solution that I'm going to bring? Because sometimes we bypass the importance of a problem. Right? So do you mind going into depth on the problem?
Yeah, I really think the problem itself is important because you can't just solve something that no one is going to use. I can think of a problem, have a solution. Maybe I'm the only person experiencing that. Hence, doing your research, actually figuring out, is this something that is needed in the market? Is this something that people are going to integrate with? Are people going to use this? Thinking of business as well. Joining the hackathon, I never used to think of businesses or whatever, but from joining hackathons, they tell us about the business model canvas, where you actually now do research. How are you making money? Who's this for? All of your different questions that you need to ask, you can start asking and solving and getting answers to that. So the problem is still important because I guess doing a solution, you're solving something, right? Yeah. You're not just doing a solution out of nothing. Yeah. The problem with Facebook, like you said, maybe they did a solution, but the problem was, how do we connect people together? They created a solution to connect people together. So your problem is still as important as creating the solution. But again, that problem could be just yours, or it's for everyone. So research, as she said, is very, very important as well.
Yeah, and also now, as I've asked before, in terms of the next step that comes from, the idea that you'll have and turning that idea into something. Is it safe to say that are there avenues or key players that can help you guys in, doing those market researches, turning something into a product? Or is it like a journey that you have to take on your own, where I've got this idea, I can maybe go to this company to say, help me turn, or help me, market research, or do I have to do it on myself? Skinny.
I think it's both, because I'm going to make an example with us. So it's the skills that we learned as well,
Yeah.
And this is more of an example that, I like to call him the legendary mentor. He mentioned something about too much of everything can become a mess. So when you're solving your problem, you do your own research first. Do your own research, understand who's your target market and how you're going to release it and etc. And from then, you can have an idea of having all these fancy features and etc. Breaking them into MVP 1, MVP 2, MVP 3. Once you have that listed out, you can now scope. Do you want to do your own market research on your own? Do you want to get the application or your solution out there on your own, or are you looking for a third party, which could be your partners, people who can invest in, and you need to go and ask them or pitch to them and show them value as well. That, what, I have all these MVP, but I want to start with MVP 1.
Yeah.
This MVP 1 will get, users, will get people on board, data collection, and etc. and etc. Once we have established users on our platform, we would like to move on to the next step, which is MVP 2, so that you release and you engage with your users step by step. It also comes with costs. If it's a platform, your web application, your app, you need to know where you're going to host it, how much you're going to need for securities and etc. Before you start, taking your application out there, those are the first steps that you need to take. If your business is not registered, register it so that you have all the documents sorted out, so that when you approach those funders or the partners or the people that you want them to help release your project, you already have your supporting documents. Some of these things most people don't know. We didn't know as well. We tried to apply for something. They were like, hey, company registration, and we had the idea, we had the solution, we had the product, but they needed some document as well, because it protects you, it protects your IP as well. Those are the first steps that you need to do. You can also release, do like focus groups. Have beta testers, as she mentioned, reach out to people, go to the community. We went to a community when we were building Spaza Connect. It's a platform for spazas in South Africa. So we went out to communities, collected, information, understanding what is it that the spaza owners need, what is it that they sell to spaza users and etc. Then we came back and we said, we're like, what? MVP 1 is going to have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then the next step now is trying to release MVP 2. We don't want to release everything at the same time, because it's going to overwhelm the users. It's going to also overwhelm your developers and etc. So you need to always have a plan A, finish with plan A, go to plan B, plan C up until you reach your plan Z. Then you start from plan AA, plan B. Yeah.
I like that, man. I think, sometimes we oftentimes look at things from a basic level. You mentioned, MVP 1, MVP 2, MVP 3, where there's a lot of steps that you take to actually, formalize an idea, to make it something. I thought maybe it's just a one step, which is awesome. Now, I want to ask you guys, obviously, Titi, Simpiwe, you guys have now spoken about where you guys currently are with your ideas and your businesses. Obviously, we have a lot of people that are here who are in a hackathon for the first time. And I'm sure those that are watching online have not really been part of a hackathon for the first time. So, from your success story of a hackathon, right, how do you encourage people from a perspective of, say, listen, guys, it's possible for you guys to make something out of yourselves and be something from such extraordinary platforms like this? Titi.
Cool. So I just want to say that firstly, when I first started doing hackathons, it was actually my second year of working after my honors. And outside of the startup, I feel like that really helped me to become a much better developer. I think my career growth wouldn't have been the same that it became because of the hackathons that we did. I mean, there's a lot of skills that we had to learn in order to build our own platform. So even if it had not become a business, the system development that we had to learn, learning how to design a system, the soft skills that we learned. So I'm just saying that don't take it for granted. Like whether you win or not, there's so much that you can learn from this. I think like I'm a senior software engineer in 5-6 years. At a company with hundreds of engineers. So for me, that is quite an achievement, right? And I don't think I would have been there had I not been attending these and actually developing a lot of my other soft skills, right? And then the other thing is just, it's really possible to create something out of it, but you need to know that the real work actually starts after the hackathon, because whatever you're going to have on Sunday is not enough to go into any market. So if you actually want things to work, it means there's going to be a lot of sleepless nights to now turn it into something. You have to put in the work. It's going to take a lot of hours, a lot of time. Also, do consider joining some accelerator program. I know this was a question that was asked to Skinny. We have done accelerator programs. Both me and my co-founder are very technical people, so to make it into a business was actually very difficult for us because we just lacked a lot of the business knowledge that we needed to have. So accelerator programs were great because they gave us access to professionals that could help us to develop our business models. I have marketing and sales strategies and just all of that stuff. So I would recommend finding things that are out there that can also help you once you have something. But yeah, look at us, guys. It's possible. You can do it. We're doing it. So yeah.
I like the fact that you included me when you said us. Look at us, because we are really doing it.
We're doing it.
Thank you so much. It's so thoughtful of you. Thank you. Simpia, my brother.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, perspective from me is, I think, be passionate about your solution. In a hackathon, there's a lot of ideas, and people are going to be telling you this and that, you know? So some people get discouraged and end up changing the entire solution where whatever you were building maybe needed a few tweaks, whatnot, and here you are, you've thrown away your solution. But like she said, after Sunday, you'll have a basic MVP or whatever, but that can't go to market yet. So if you are passionate about your solution, you're gonna put in the work, put in the time to actually finish it off, make some time to work on it, start speaking to people. Hackathon, you can meet so many people. Someone sitting there could be your next investor, you never know. So speak to people about your idea, get them to see what you're trying to do. They can also maybe give you tips. Maybe they are also maybe going to be your user at the end of the day. You know, you never know. There's a lot of us here who can help you out. Like she said, you know, we did it. Yes, there was a lot of hackathons we did before we got to it, but it was quite a journey, amazing journey. We learn, and yeah, be passionate about your solution. Thank you.
My brother, we did it. Skinny.
Awesome. They've said a lot, eh?
They've said a lot, I know for sure, man.
Oh, they've said a lot. So from my end, now I don't know what to say because they said a lot.
No, there's nothing wrong, my brother. Listen, just to keep it in layman's terms, short, brief, there are a lot of people that are participating for the first time.
Okay.
When I asked people to raise their hands, I think 3 people in the auditorium had been experienced in hackathon. So for those that are doing it for the first time, just any form of encouragement on this particular 3 days that they're going to be, journeying.
Awesome. So, okay, now I know what to say. So for our beautiful newcomers, this is a learning curve, Learn as much as possible. Don't limit yourself. Make sure you learn, engage. I remember when I started with my school uniform, I asked a lot of questions, what people who are working universities, what are you doing, what is this, and etc. And it was more of an opening to say that, okay, I can actually build this. I can do that. If he can do it, I can do it as well. It shouldn't be the same, but it could be something related. As also my colleagues here mentioned that, engage with everyone, ask questions, exchange knowledge. It would be a great great opportunity that after this hackathon, you guys create your own group and start engaging, help each other. I know there's a lot of developer groups that helps people. And I remember this other members, they said that, hey, there's a hackathon coming up. I think it was the Geek Culture one in the groups. How can we attend these hackathons? We gave them tips. So we, even though they didn't win, they came back and said, hey, we learned a lot. We've engaged. Now we've grown. We know what's the next step, Those are the things that I would like to motivate you guys. If you have any questions, I'm available to assist. They're available as well. Len, make sure that, CSS is the HTML to your code, Thank you.
Skinny, my brother. Simpure, my brother. My sister. Thank you so much. Guys, let's make some more noise for them. Hit those discs. Hit those discs. All right, cool. Right now, we're about to have a groundbreaking performance shortly. All right, but I want to say, it's been amazing just to have a conversation with these guys. Skinny is about to perform. Gonna give us a groundbreaking performance. Guys, this guy is not just a geek, a hacker. He's also umsindo. Noise! All right, cool, man. Skinny, up next.
Wait. Oh, another spotlight. Okay, how's everybody doing? Nice. If this is not your first hackathon, you always know that the legendary mentor always plays this other song called It's a Hackathon. So we're going to be grooving to that song. It was released in 2016, I think. Yes. So I don't like people sitting down when it's a hackathon because you're about to win some prizes, you know what I mean? You're about to meet some mentors, hacking for hope. My selector, hit it. It's a hackathon. Yeah. What? Yeah. It's a hackathon.
It's a hackathon.
Why
It's a hackathon.
Listen.
It's a hackathon.
Check.
Cause I'm a geek, cause I be coding every week. When I'm down on my knees, I pray hard for the geeks. I'm a geek, cause I be coding every week. When I'm down on my knees, I pray hard for the geeks. The roots are so stuck, I can't connect. The microphone is slated that I can't even hit. The second shut down, there's no energy, we are the geeks. We gotta power the city. It's when I hit the quad, with the geeks that baby. Cause I be coding every week. It's when I hit the quad, with the geeks. Cause I hit the
Everybody,
I hit the
1, 2, it's a hackathon. It's a hackathon. Cause I be coding every week. It's a hackathon. It's a hackathon. Cause I'm down on my. It's a hackathon. It's a hackathon.
Cause I be coding.
What? It's a hackathon. It's a hackathon.
I hit the one with the geeks.
Electric flowers, no time for flowers. We go for hours. Look at the things that we make. Look at the things that we do. They thought we were crazy. They stopped calling us fool. Cause when I'm down on my knees, what? Listen, it's like hackathon. I'm gonna hack until the hackers can't hack no more. I'm gonna code until the coders can't code no more. Cause it's a hackathon. What? Listen,
Cause I be coding
yeah, cause right gets it. Everybody girls on tech, right gets it. Women in tech, right gets it. Everybody, listen.
I hit the one with the geeks.
Ibona batana ka technology, kata batina bar, hit bar, kitong loshi. What? Coding like with the teachers, like we coding like C-sharp, hitting the clock inside the shop. What? You wanna join me? Cause when I hit the corner, I hit the that baby. Cause I be coding every week. Is when I hit the corner. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, go. It's a hackathon. It's a hackathon. Cause I be coding every week. It's a hackathon. It's a hackathon. Cause I'm down on my. It's a hackathon. It's a hackathon. Cause I be coding every. It's a hackathon. It's a hackathon. Cause I be coding every week. Thank you, Moose. Everybody shout, FNB. Woo-hoo!
Dance geeks. We're combining music with technology.
Thank you, guys.
Skinny, Wamantwana, make some noise for Skinny! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Hey! Skinny, come on, bro. Trying to break my back. It's a hackathon. Come on, man! Yes! Make some noise for Skinny yet again. All right, cool. So up next, let's bang on those dates. We got an extraordinary speaker who's going to come on the platform. We got Mr. Tiani Ngwenyama. Video. All right, cool. So right now we're going to be looking into a previous winner of the hackathon. Let's take a look at the video.
We are young, we are floating like the sun. We are golden, we are young, we are floating like the sun. We are golden. When things are out of reach, you bring them back to me, back to me. We gonna live forever, forever. The afterlife. We gonna live forever, forever.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 13th Annual App of the Year Awards, proudly brought to you by FNB. Is FNB in the house? Yes. My name is Donovan Goliath. I will be your host this evening. As you know, this is Africa's biggest awards evening for tech and app developers. So tonight it is all about identifying and rewarding innovation in the tech space, specifically mobile apps.
Back to me.
For us as FNB, we've come almost 360 degrees. So just over 10 years ago, we won this award, and we're delighted to be back sponsoring the platform that gave us that boost in our own app space. This year, we had 803 apps that applied to participate in this adventure. And I think it's testament again to the fact that there's a broad base of people who are really looking to ply their trade in a really exciting market.
We are floating.
So in the category rather best consumer solution, the winner is Checkers 6060. Iris app. Genu. October Health. Well done. Every single one of these right here, every single one deserves an opportunity, deserves this prize right now. But where my hand stops, that is exactly who the winner will be. Ladies and gentlemen, FNB App of the Year 2024 goes to none other than Matric Life! Yes, man! Matric Life does it once again! Come on! Yes! Here we go! Give that young man all the praise! Absolutely well deserved! What a beautiful, beautiful evening!
I'm not feeling it. Good morning, everybody. All right, yes, indeed. This is the FNB App of the Year Hackathon with techies from all over the country in South Africa, from all 9 provinces. But it's also exciting to see some of the techies connecting and joining this hackathon from other neighboring countries, which is quite exciting because the tech revolution is happening. And this weekend, we are here to define a new kind of a revolution. That revolution starts by a few lines of code. That revolution starts by liberating those ideas. We are here to liberate those ideas. We are here to create change. We are here to make sure that we are building the next best thing. Ladies and gentlemen, my role here is to essentially take you through how everything is happening this weekend in terms of the FNB App of the Year Hackathon. And as briefly introduced, my name is Tiani Ngonyama. I am a Chief Operations Officer at an organization, but I'm involved quite a lot in ensuring that platforms like this really get to create that impact, really get to showcase the talent as well. And that is what you are here to do as well, showcasing your talent, showcasing your skills, ensuring that those lines of code, that app does not live on localhost, but get to the hands of the users. And that should really be a key aim. This weekend, we are here to ensure that we are liberating those apps that are living on localhost. So at the end of this, if you build an app and that app still lives on localhost, no. So with this hackathon, you are essentially challenged for 72 hours. You have got one mission. That mission, build that best app. Build the app that will be crowned the FNB App of the Year for 2025, and also to unlock unlimited innovation. So what the actual heck is happening at this hackathon? So to take you through that, I want to introduce you to Unono. So Unono is saying that they first born a hackathon. Nono is attending a hackathon for the very first time. She is an 18-year-old young lady coming from King Williamstown in the Eastern Cape. She had dreamed of being in the IT field, but could not pursue her studies. Then by chance, through Facebook, she discovered an advert for the FNB App Academy 2025. Immediately, she registered for the FNB App Academy, and she was taught how to build an app. So Nono now knows how to build an app. Then comes in this hackathon. With this hackathon, Nono wants to use this hackathon as an opportunity to build a winning app. She wants to be like Matric Live. She wants to ensure that on that beautiful evening of the FNB App of the Year Awards 2025, her app is the one that is crowned FNB App of the Year 2025. So, how does this hackathon help Unono to make sure that she realizes that dream of being crowned the FNB App of the Year 2025? So, Nono has been given a set of problem statements, and these problem statements are what FNB is challenging developers to look into. And these challenges are there to set as a guidance, are there to set as a starter for innovation, are there to make sure that you are able to have a baseline in terms of exploring creativity, in terms of exploring innovation, in terms of creating a greater impact that our society needs. So these problem statements, ladies and gentlemen, are there to make sure that your team has got a guiding scope in terms of what you need to work on. And these problem statements, you have been challenged to ensure that you build the solutions on jobs and economic resilience, ensuring that you are using technology to unlock new pathways in the economy, reducing unemployment, and building resilience for young people and small businesses. So with this challenge, are you then able to ensure that you can build a solution that will tackle unemployment in South Africa? So yeah, a challenge to make sure that you bring in creativity in terms of how you are going to tackle this challenge around jobs and economic resilience. So are you the problem solver in one of the most pressing challenges in South Africa, which is the scourge of unemployment? And then the second challenge, or the problem statement, is speaking about infrastructure and essential services. So how can you design a solution that help improve access to power, water, and transport, while also ensuring that communities are empowered to better manage service disruptions? So you need to apply your creative thinking in this regard to make sure that you are building smarter, proactive, and efficient ways of ensuring that communities are able to have their services uninterrupted, to make sure that communities have got better access, to make sure that communities have got a way of being on track of everything. Then there's a third problem statement is talking about inequality and social cohesion. So in terms of this, FNB App of the Year 2025 is challenging you to ensure that you build about a solution that can help harness digital tools in order to bridge divides in income, in race, gender, and nationality, and also fostering inclusive communities and reducing discrimination. So how do we really build those better communities? How do we ensure that different sectors of communities, from different walks of life, come together and in ensuring that we harmonize the situation? So your team is really challenged to ensure that you enhance, you build social cohesion in South Africa. And also, the problem statement number 4 is talking about climate resilience and food security. So in this regard, how might we create innovative platforms to prepare for and respond to climate-related disasters, while strengthening food systems to ensure access to affordable and nutritious food? So we have, I think 2 weeks ago, there was a tornado in South Africa. KwaZulu-Natal is always experiencing floods. The Western Cape, about 2 weeks ago as well, so some people were being swayed away by strong winds. So first of all, I think we cannot deny that climate change is a reality, but in this change, how do we ensure that people are still, empowered to ensure that the change in climate change does not affect them drastically? So your team is really challenged to make sure that you really bring about a solution that is related to climate change, but also ensuring food security. Food security, we're talking about the availability of food, but also availability of nutritious food. So we look forward to seeing how your team get creative around this problem statement. And then lastly, the 5th problem statement is talking about public safety and gender-based violence. So how do we then leverage technologies to make sure that we're building safer communities? We're able to prevent the scourge of GBV. We're able to ensure that we strengthen emergency response to such cases, and also building trust in the systems. So your team really needs to ensure that you apply creativity in this regard. So coming back to Unono. So Unono needs to think about, as with my team, we need to select and ensure that our solution relates to one of these problem statements. But to really state here is that do not necessarily look at what is written exactly. Feel free to expand and bring in a level of innovation. And the purpose of these problem statements are there to make sure that your team has got a baseline in terms of what to innovate around. They are there to ensure that your team is able to build solutions that are related, that resonate, that relate to the needs of the organizers. and the biggest stakeholders in this regard. So these, ladies and gentlemen, are the 5 problem statements that have been set upon for this year in which your team need to innovate around. So the crucial thing here is, and if you have heard me say anything this morning, is that you need to profile your team. You need to profile your team. The program also cites that there is a deadline of 8 p.m. tonight. You need to make sure that your team is profiled so that we know exactly that your team is participating. And this profiling process, how does then Nono do it? So Nono can go ahead and scan this QR code and then ensure that her team start to be profiled. But Nono also knows that these are the expectations that the organizers of the FNB App of the Year Hackathon require from her. So Nono needs to have profiled the team. And this is quite important. Nono needs to have profiled a team. And you too need to make sure that you profile your team. So if you are participating at this hackathon, you need to ensure that your team is profiled so that the mentors know that they are these teams. The organizers know that they are these teams, but also to anticipate your team's solution as such. And then you need to make sure that you are supplementing your solution, so you can do this through Sonke or through the forms that have been sent to you earlier today from a technical aspect. And then you need to make sure that you are watching the briefing sessions like this. So the briefing sessions will be happening throughout the weekend. So today we did start at 11 a.m., but Saturday and Sunday, the briefing sessions will be from 9 a.m. And you watch those sessions on YouTube, on appoftheyear.co.za, on LinkedIn, and other platforms. Just make sure that you are watching those briefing sessions. Please join the briefing sessions, because that's where the key updates will be given. And also on Sunday as well, crucially, you'll get more knowledge sessions, but also guidance on submissions, and we're going to have a very nice closing on Sunday as well. So, and then also, Nono needs to make sure that she keeps track of the discussion, she's connecting with mentors. There is also a support call, like a Teams call, or in that regard, that is set up for this weekend as well, to make sure that you're connecting with the mentors. So you're not alone in this journey. You do have mentors. Some of the mentors are here in the room today, and they will be able to start assisting you in terms of shaping up your solution. But you have got mentors from all around the country. So, and also these mentors will also be centralizing some of the locations as well. We've got mentors in all parts of South Africa. There are mentors in Kenya. There are mentors in other countries as well that have said that we want to be part of this. We want to make sure that you are well guided. So do make use of the mentors throughout the weekend. All right, so in terms of key requirements or rules in this regard, ladies and gentlemen, as you are starting the journey of the FNB App of the Year Hackathon, please make sure that your team is not submitting static websites. So what are we talking about in terms of static websites? This could be a website that has got an about, you've got contact us. That is not what this hackathon requires. It requires an app. And we'll dwell deep just a little bit now. And then also, please, no mock-ups. Mock-ups are not allowed. Are we clear? Mock-ups are not allowed. Show what's the code. Show what's, I'm kidding. So you are allowed to use no code. You are allowed to use low code. But please do not submit mock-ups, because this is a hackathon. A purpose of a hackathon, like a marathon, is to make sure that you are sweating, you are putting in the effort, and at the end, you have got something that is created, something worth bragging about, something worth posting on LinkedIn. So just imagine going to LinkedIn to post mock-ups. What's happening? All right, and then also, please do not submit WordPress websites. WordPress websites are also not allowed. And then we're making this requirement as well that because as you're building the app, you could be building a native app, you could be building cross-platform, you could be building a progressive web app and such. So do make sure that as you're creating your presentation deck or your presentation slides, you also put in the link if your app is on a link. So there is no requirement that this app must be published in the app stores because this is a hackathon. Are we clear? So you don't need to have published it. It will work good for you, but there's no requirement for the apps to be published because this is a hackathon level. You only have 72 hours. So because you might not have time to have your app approved as such. So there is no requirement to have your app published on the stores. And then also, please make sure that you create demo accounts. So for the judging process, the judges, make the judges' lives easier, make the judges' lives better. Make sure that you create demo accounts that judges can basically use to access your app. And then also, you may include any type of documentation in your submission, like technical architectures, user journey stories, and so forth. So those are just some of the key requirements. But now we just want to quickly go through the schedule outlook for the weekend. We are now, through the briefing session in terms of what the actual hack is happening at this hackathon. And your team will really start to get to work shortly. And then we will have a presentation from FNB. There will be an opportunity to ask questions, and then also, engaging more with the FNB team. Getting to get some nuggets, some exciting things. We look forward to hearing more from the FNB team as well, just to hear, what's in store. But most importantly, as part of that, ensuring that you are well guided, and also you get to understand where is FNB from a thinking perspective so that your team can align towards what FNB is doing, towards what FNB is up to. Because at the end of the day, you need to make sure that you are building that interest, that buy-in as well. And then after that, we will then ensure that the hackathon starts fully from 2 p.m. And your team need to be at work and building the app. And then at 8 until midnight, you need to be aware that there's a deadline to make sure that your team is profiled. And also your team members as well are registered through appoftheyear.co.za, but also you need to profile your team in that regard. And then tomorrow morning, you are urged to post some screenshots, not screenshots, snaps. Take photos from wherever you're coding from, capture the sunrise, capture how things are looking in your area, and then post on social media. The hashtag is FNBAOTY Hackathon, hashtag FNBAOTY Hackathon. And then from 9 a.m., there will be a live session. And as I alluded, please make sure that you join the live sessions because they are thought leaders. There's also crucial information that you need to adhere to. So tomorrow morning, there will be that live broadcast. And then after that, you can get to work. And then from 2 p.m., there are war room sessions. The war room sessions are done to make sure that your team is guided to stay within the scope of the hackathon. And during the war room sessions, your team will be in a panel, and then you will engage with the panel, and then they shape you to make sure that you stay within the scope of the hackathon. And then we'll continue hacking away. There's also a special session at 7 p.m. tomorrow, which is a hackathon get-together, but it's called hashtag FNB Vibes. Chill out with the Creative Space Media team. So a team's call will be sent for that. It's really a hackathon get-together. And then we'll continue to work. And then on Sunday, in which things start to really get crucial. So Early morning, you're also asked to take snapshots of where you're from and then post on the socials, hashtag FNB AOTY Hackathon. And then from 9 a.m., there will be a live broadcast which consists of the state of the hackathon address. And there will be a business sessions, and then we're going to provide you more guidance on the submissions. And then the hackathon will close. The hackathon will close at 11. So it means that there will no longer be briefings from the organizing teams. But then most importantly, and this is very much important, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday, the 27th of October, at 23:59, your team is expected to submit your material. On Monday, 23:59 p.m., Standard South African time, your team is expected to submit your team's material. So what we are talking about, again, in terms of submission, your app bundle, if you have produced a bundle from the app, needs to be submitted. Your presentation deck that really speaks to the solution needs to be submitted. And then also a demo video of your app need to be submitted. Are we clear? So those three things are crucial. The actual app, which could be an app bundle, it could be a link to your web app, and then your presentation deck and a demo video. So what we'll try to do as well is to create a deadline calendar to make sure that you are reminded. So the submission deadline, once again, ladies and gentlemen, is Monday, 23:59, Standard South African time. All right, so from a submission, these are some of the things I've just said now, but what we urge your team to do is really to make sure that your team is profiled, so you can profile this through Sonke or through the links that were shared this morning. So you don't need to get into Sonke, you can also just use those links directly to profile your team and also submit. So 2 links were shared with you related to the submission processes. So the first thing is your team need to be profiled. I did share a QR code earlier, but also have a look at your emails for more guidance. And then we urge your team to make sure that you prioritize the business model. So please make sure that the judges understand how your solution will be sustained. And also the security side of things, please make sure that you guide the judges in terms of your security consideration. And with that, we recommend a lean business canvas and a secure system development lifecycle, which is the SSDLC. And also there are updates, submissions throughout. And then the final submissions, which are on Monday, 27 October, 23:59. That's the time to keep in mind. Monday, 27 October, 23:59, Standard South African time. Your team need to submit because that is the submission deadline. But it doesn't mean that your team cannot start submitting immediately. So we urge you to start submitting. Your team may start submitting already if you're done with some of the elements. All right, so just quickly again, okay, we've already gone through this. So we define an app as an application that really helps. So an app is always defined as an application that helps you perform a specific function, or rather helps an end user to perform a specific function. And an app it ensures that whenever a user is looking for something, whenever a user makes a request, the user is able to get a response in real time with fresh data. Are we clear? An app does not need to have authentication. An app can be defined in multiple mediums. An app can, you can be building a native app, cross-platform, progressive web app, or just a web application, because many of you are using so many different technologies now. And by the way, there's no limit on technologies for this hackathon. Are we clear? You are not limited on what technologies you can use. But then we urge that apply the knowledge that you have learned through the FNB app through the FNB App Academy. So all that knowledge you have acquired through the FNB App Academy, make use of that, but because you're at a hackathon, supplement that, complement that with other skill sets. So a chatbot is allowed, but we urge that the teams, if you want to build a WhatsApp bot, for an example, just make sure that you do have a plan in terms of the data storage, because that needs to speak to your business logic. It needs to speak as to what really is the commercial value of this solution, because that's very much important, by the way. This hackathon is not just about building cool apps. You might build the best app, but it might not win. The solutions that are required at this hackathon need to make business sense. They need to be secure. They need to have intelligence. They need to make social impact. They need to be innovative and creative. So those are some of the things to really consider when building your application. It's not about building the best Next.js app, Next.js, Django, or whatever. It is about building something that makes sense. It's about building an app that is making business sense, an app that is innovative and creative, an app that has got intelligence, an app that creates impact, an app that is not compromising the dignity of the end user. Simply put, your app needs to be secure. So please do not neglect those. So we've already gone through some of these. So the assistance call will be a main one. Please do join that call. Have a look at the email that was sent earlier, but we'll continue to share these different things. So, ladies and gentlemen of the FNB App of the Year Hackathon, do not panic. We got you. Our main priority, starting now until Monday, 23:59 Standard South African time, is to make sure that you are submitting. And the team, from a technical side, will be focused on ensuring that you are supported to do that. And we are there, we'll be able to assist you, but do not panic. Just focus on building the app. Focus on building a winning app, and then submit on Monday. So, a last message. Please make sure that your team is profiled. Please make sure that your team is profiled. You can profile through Sonke, or you can profile through the links, but scanning this QR code here will take you to a team profiling process as well. But please, 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 I beg, please make sure that you profile your team. With that, I would like to invite the program director on stage. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Let's make another noise for Mr. T. All right. So I know for sure that could have been overwhelming, which is a lot of information given to you guys. So please do feel free, if you guys need additional information, please do approach Mr. T. But also if you're online, please do send out any questions on the platforms available. Sonke, please do utilize the chat box. And I know for sure there are mentors that are available for you guys to assist you. All right, so up next, let's make some noise for the market executive in the commercial and segment space at FNB. Make some noise for Katlaho Mahluane. Yes! Let's make some noise for Katlaho.
Sanbanane Dumelang. Hello? Right. The guys online are thinking they're talking to a ghost. So let me get up on stage. How's everybody feeling? Yeah? I had a woo-ha at the back there, so you're already winning. You're already on top. You're already on top. Ladies and gents, this is a wonderful moment. This is actually a a fantastic experience, you know, and I'm really excited to be, one, talking to you not just as potential billionaires, but you got that. But as founders that are actually going to create change on the continent, as founders that are going to, one, create so much hope for those that actually need it. And it is really exciting, I think, to look at the work that will come out of this from the problem statements that have been shared and really position what we're doing today. So the first thing I want to ask, and the first question is, where are we today? Location. Hey, I heard something there. Okay, so the physical location is 22 on Sloan. But the actual location, and it's not the wrong answer, by the way, the actual location is the most unequal continent, and particularly the most unequal nation on earth. Meaning the work that we're going to do as a collective has to deliver on hacking for hope, for those that do not have opportunities, for those that do not have access, for those that are really concerned with safety, security, and all of those problem statements that we have seen today. So I think the one thing that is going to be super important is, you know, how you, as techpreneurs, as we put it, are going to actually help, you know, in building and contributing towards building hope through a very, very deliberate process of adding purpose, of adding possibility, and creating progress, which we've seen in the past through this cohort, which we've seen in the past, you know, with other students. Before I start, I want you to do something for me. Does everybody have a phone, a mobile device? Can you? We're not buying phones. Budget is done. Everybody got a T-shirt. Can everybody grab their phone? Unlock it. I know I'm breaking the rules because they probably set phones on silent and whatnot. Unlock and open that thing that says camera. And then turn it to the selfie mode. Are you seeing your beautiful self on the screen? That's you, yes. And then what I'm going to ask you to do next is then press the video button. So your selfie on video. You guys must have, you know, you're at a hackathon, so this shouldn't be difficult. And I'm going to ask you to actually record a video of yourself making this statement that today I am going to begin my journey in creating change for myself and for others, delivering hope where there is hopelessness, making technology work for good and progress in the most unequal nations on earth. And then you can stop. So I want that declaration to be something, ladies and gents, that you're gonna watch. Because sometimes you forget, right? You're sitting here, you're like messing with a couple of stuff, building code, writing code, and then you create something remarkable that really does do what you've just said. And I just want you to have that on your phones. Please, like, don't run out of data and then delete other stuff. Delete the TikToks and whatnot. This do not delete. Keep this as something that you are always going to remember for this moment, for this time. Because it's going to be very important when you're creating that change to remember your own words and your own declaration around what it is that you're coming to build and create. And why this is important? We always say that the biggest problem is the stuff that we've seen and the problem statements that we've showed. But actually, the biggest challenge we have is the deficit of hope. It is the biggest national, continental emergency that we have, is that people aren't actually not necessarily economically challenged, but more importantly, what we're losing is human potential because of the deficit of hope. Because I don't believe that I can make a difference. Because I have knocked on the door 20 times and it has not been opened. Because my situation has been like this for the past decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, and so forth. Because my neighbor has tried and failed, and my friends have tried and failed, and what I see around me is just utter hopelessness. What we then end up with is a case where many amongst us remain with absolutely no hope. And where there is no hope, there's a couple of things that happen. We lose purpose. We stop dreaming, so we lose the art of possibility. And then also, more importantly, the output of that is we do not make progress. So one of the things that you are going to be doing today is, for a lot of you, you thought you're coming here, and for a lot of you online, you're writing code in your teams and you're solving for big stuff. But what you actually are doing today is solving for the hope equation. You are ensuring that people and yourselves are grounded in what your purpose is. And purpose isn't just around success. It is around creating and handing the baton over to others and to creating opportunity for others beyond self. We are called to be servants of others, not servants of self. So it's very, very important that we think around how this purpose that we've got is going to create exponential impact on the continent. Then the second thing is, we've got this God-given desire. You can close your eyes today and see yourself in Silicon Valley. Why do you think that is the case? Because we've been given this gift, this God-given gift of thinking in possibilities and around possibilities. And I want to prove this. Can you point at yourself? Each of you, just keep pointing at yourself. Keep your finger pointed at yourself. Not at your phone, at yourself. Isn't it amazing that many of you, keep your finger there, are pointing at your hearts? I said point at yourself, but you pointed at your hearts. And there are some of these things that naturally occur because possibility is innate. And once we start realigning our purpose and we start thinking about possibilities and we start dreaming, and we start connecting with the unseen forces that propel us forward and help us to really shape the dreams into reality, what we start seeing is then progress, which is the last part of what we've been talking about. So, transformation always begins with leaders and brands and people who choose to use their influence to drive influence. So as you enjoy the next couple of days, the next couple of hours, even today, just keep this in mind, that what you are creating and what you're writing code for is not just a vibe, but it is actually solutioning for this problem that we have, which is the deficit of hope. And you're actually being a solution provider in helping to solve for this hope equation. So ladies and gents, thank you so much. I'm not going to bore you with any more details, but super, super excited around what you're going to create. Save those videos that you took. You're going to need them. And then please use the hashtags that were provided earlier. And we're really behind you as a brand, as brand FNB. We believe that, all of you and many that couldn't even be with us today are the future. They are the change makers that are going to move this continent forward. And we are truly blessed, I think, as a team, as a brand, to have talent sitting today solutioning for the deepest and most concerning challenges that we face in our society. So thank you very much.
All right, guys, let's make some more noise for Katleho. To be honest with you, just to further elaborate on the importance of what Katleho shared, I had a conversation with him based on the, conversation on investments. And he spoke primarily on the importance of being people-driven and purpose-driven. So the conversation was not just investing or learning how to invest for yourself or for the future self of you, but on knowing that you're doing what you're doing for others, for bettering others. And I think it speaks testament to the value that he upholds. And I think for what you guys are also about to do is understanding that what you guys are working on, you're not working on these solutions for yourselves, but it's to help those that can't help themselves, right? So let's make some noise for Katleho yet again. All right, cool. So up next, let's make some extra noise for the Chief Data and Analytic Officer at FNB. I've got Marianne Kekana.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. It's been a long morning, right? I just want us to do just a little exercise. Is everybody good? Yes. Everybody excited to be here? It's a hackathon. Come on, guys. It's a hackathon. There can be some more energy. If you can just stand up just for a few minutes, let's just stretch. Let us stretch. Your shoulders backwards, a bit front. Stretch to the left, to the right. Come on, guys. I know that you're technical or techies. Just a little bit of a stretch. There we go. You can take your seats as I get into the more serious stuff. I'm Marianne, as they've said, Marianne Kekana from FNB Connect Me. Within the Connect Me space, what we actually deal with is we're helping everybody within the group to be connected from a customer experience. And what that actually means is that every capability that is within our space connects us to real customers. And it is quite important as we're touching today on a topic of how do we make customer experience, how does it actually look like? How does customer experience look like in the future of AI, right? Because at the end of it, there is a human at the end of this whole conversation that we're working on. As we engage with the different people, how do we make sure that they are heard, they are understood? And it's not everything that we actually can be touched. Some of these things are digital. And in them being digital, it becomes quite important for us then to understand how do we actually make sure from a customer experience perspective, we're giving them what they're looking for. So if we had to look at it, every second we've got billions of interactions. Within the banking space. And with those interactions, it's quite important for us then to understand how do we make sure that we hear your voice. So if you look at it as I'm talking about interactions, this is from a voice perspective, this is from a chat perspective. We're also talking about the app. Every stroke, every conversation, every call, all of that is information that is it's information that we are collecting. But however, as we're collecting that information, from an AI perspective, how do we actually turn that into insights so that we know how we're going to solve for the next generation or for our current customers? There are things that are not said, there are things that are said. But in that conversation that is happening, how do we take up the key insights as we're having those conversations so that we can actually assist them? Are we still on the same page when it comes to customer experience? There is something that says that if we had to look at the history of it when we look at customer interaction, we moved from customer service, we started talking about we moved from customer service, we started talking about customer experience. With the digital era that we are in, where we're talking about artificial intelligence, we're starting to talk about customer intelligence. And that looks at how do we become more proactive in how we're doing engagements rather than reactive. Usually we're very reactive in how we actually do this. From an evolution perspective, if you look at contact centers, we always send out surveys in order for us to then know how customers are feeling. But today we're having omni-channel engagements where we've got different capabilities that have been made possible for us to actually engage, where we actually want to see ourselves when it comes to customer experience, is that how do we actually anticipate what customers are going to be saying to us? How do we make sure that we're collecting enough data so that we know what is it that the customer is going to want from us? How do we make sure that we start tailoring products, tailoring experiences for our customers, not because they have said it, practically, but we have seen their movements, we have seen their strokes, we have collected the data in a more safe way for them and a transparent way in order for us to start making sure from a customer experience, they actually get heard. So think about it, right? Isn't it actually, wouldn't you be wanting to come to a point where we talk about customer experience, where your tone is actually picked up, that there's a level of frustration before you start voicing that you are frustrated. Just when the tone is actually picked up that there's a level of frustration, we make sure that we pick that up, we engage, we give the next person that is going to be handling that conversation some sort of guidance on how to manage that conversation so that we can actually save the entire conversation rather than having to wait for you to actually lodge a complaint. So it becomes quite important. How we see AI transforming CX, there's 3 areas that I want to talk about. There's the data intelligence piece. This is where we talk about predictive analytics, right? How do we actually make sure that we predict churn? How do we predict risk so that we can make sure that we are proactive in that? We talk about automation and agents. Here we talk about conversational intelligence. And here it's like, we can't, as much as we're talking about automation, as much as we're talking about agents, the idea is not to replace humans. The idea is that how do we partner better with the machines and humans so that it still has a human feel, even though we're talking about AI. And then the other thing that is still topical is emotions and empathy. As we're talking about artificial intelligence, one of the biggest things is how do these machines or agents or automated processes have got empathy or are trained to be empathetic as they are handling conversations. So we're talking about things like sentiment. Within our space, as much as we're talking about, from a voice perspective, we've got what we call speech analytics, where we're actually picking up what is the tone, what is the product, what are all the different topics that are speaking using speech analytics so that it makes it a bit better for us to make services. And there we're starting to pick up things like mood and tone so that it's easy for us. So think about it, you are on an app, you can see that on your app, somebody is struggling or they're struggling to onboard. Rather than having to wait up until the process is finished, what would be beneficial is you send a real-time video, not a tutorial, not a link, but a real-time video with empathy that tells you, I've got you, I have you, I'm here to help you, and walks you through the journey, rather than having to see you loop through the entire struggle of the app and yet nothing is being done. And that's the era where we need to get into, where we are proactive as we're seeing our customers are struggling when it comes to the different phases in an app. We design and we think that it's going to work the way that we wanted. But there's technicalities that do happen. But as they happen, how do we catch them to make sure that we don't lose the humans on that journey? How do we make sure that we limit the frustration from a journey perspective with our customers? And that's where we use artificial intelligence so that it can catch some of these things for us. And then we make sure that there's a smooth transition with our customers as they're busy engaging with the different apps that we are looking at. And now we talk about the human side. As we're developing the different apps, we cannot remove the fact that we still have to be transparent. We are collecting a lot of data when it comes to our customers. And as such, we also want to do a lot of analytics and analysis or create decisions when it comes to that. But the one thing is that how do we make sure that we do not lose trust with our customers or the people that we're actually solutioning for? So how do we make sure that we are transparent? How do we actually make sure that we are communicating with them in terms of how we're going to use their data? What are the outputs that are going to be coming? And if it so happens that you are sharing that, be transparent with your engagement with your customers, that how is it that you are going to safeguard their data that is sitting in your different applications? The other thing that we have to be aware of is bias awarenesses. As we all know, we are from a diverse area, and we've got different customers. As how do we make sure that we eliminate the biases that we have? I usually say that as much as we're working in teams, it's always a good idea to have different voices that are sitting on your teams, because that helps you to also eliminate biases that you might have created as a team. Have different voices, have different backgrounds in your different teams, so that it actually helps you that with the solution that you are building, it's not just focused on one thing and not having a bigger picture. The other thing is privacy. It's one of the things that is definitely important now. And in an era where we're starting to talk about personalization, what does this actually look like? How do we still give back privacy to our customers, right? And how do we ensure that we communicate in terms of how do we make sure that they can still trust us to the core? With every application that we are building, it's not for us to lose trust with our customers, which is actually the biggest thing, especially when it comes to customer experience. So all of you are here today, and we're saying that we actually might be sitting here with the next tech billionaires when it comes to the South African landscape, with the support that FNB is giving you guys. And as you are building your different application, I think the most important thing that we need to understand is that AI, as much as it's powerful, it's an enabler. It's not here to replace any human. Human connection is an important thing. And maybe just asking a question, as I've mentioned, I'm part of a contact center. And within the contact center, how many of you think, just because we've got voice, we've got chat, and we've got email, if you had to look at it from a digital perspective, which medium do you think still gets the most interaction? Those that think that it's voice, raise your hand. Even amongst the youth, those that still think voice, so you're the one that thinks voice. Those that still think that it's chat that gets the most volumes, raise your hand. And those that think it's email, raise your hand. And I must say, within the South African context, actually the most interaction still happens on voice. And it shows that as much as we're still talking about the digital era, we're still talking about artificial intelligence and automation and agents. It still shows you that within the South African context, there's still a lot of human touch and need that is required. And with that is how do we create solutions that assist the human on the other hand that needs to assist the human that is making that call. And what does that actually look like? How do you make sure that the person that is going to be assisting that conversation on a voice call has got enough information to actually manage that conversation? We talk about the app itself. On the app, like I mentioned, there is a lot of personalization using historical data so that I've got offers that are tailored to me, right? But I'm very clear when it comes to the bank that I know how they're using my data. They have been very transparent in terms of how they're going to collect all this information. I've got tailored offers on my app already pre-approved, making it much easier from a customer experience. And those are some of the solutions as you're building your apps that you need to think about. How am I going to help this next person? How do I still consider the next person that needs to assist when it comes to this conversation? How am I being transparent? How do I make sure that from a personalization perspective, I don't infringe on the rights of the person that we are actually looking or we are trying to help? So today, as you are busy, going to go into your hackathon, looking at a customer experience, it's not just building apps for building apps. It's building apps with an impact where there is human. There has to be a human touch and an AI synergy, and it has to be collaborative in how you actually do it. At the end of the day, as you are sitting here with your solution, is how do you make it better for the next person that is going to be consuming? Thank you so much.
That was awesome, guys. Let's make some more noise for Marianne. All right, cool. Let's make some noise for all the speakers that have spoken thus far. Make some noise, guys. Let's make some noise for FNB. FNB. Yeah, guys, please, don't forget, right, throughout the course of the next 3 days, don't forget to hashtag FNB AOTY Hackathon, right? For those of you that are online, please, do take pictures of your workspace environment. Let us know what you guys are up to on these 3 days. Don't forget to hashtag FNB AOTY Hackathon. All right, guys, just to close off with a bang, make some noise for Skinny Wabantwana.
Dankie. I'm back again. So, I'm going to be doing another song, and this one, I know you guys are familiar with. It's a quick question. When you started coding, what was the first thing that they told you to print? Hello World. My selector, hit it. That's the name of the song, Hello World. Hello, 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 hello world. Hello world.
Hello world. Hello world. Yeah, Utwe. Booty up. I'm in the zone from zeros to ones. The code is growing, keyboard clicking. I'm in command with every lines I code expand. Hello world, it's the start of the show. In this digital fun, I let the code flow. Syntax proving the logic is tight. Everybody, we're gonna sing now. Code 09. Go. Hello, 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 hello world. Writing code that's gold, let the story unfold. Hello, 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 hello world. Writing code that's gold, let the story unfold. I can't hear everybody, what? Hello, 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 hello world. Hello, 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 hello world. Writing code that's gold, let the story unfold. Hello, 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 hello. Check. Stack overflowing, don't kick. Debugging the glitches like a silent flip. Coders and what? C++. Hackers in the groove, no student flux. I say git commit, we push it to the cloud. We coding loud. I say we making it proud. Binary fun in this cosmetic space. And about everyone to stand, we're gonna be waving our hands. Hello, 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 hello world. Hello, 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 hello world. I can't hear everybody. Let's go. Hello, 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 hello world. Can you hear them? Hello, 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 hello world. Come on. Hello, 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 hello world. It's a hackathon. Hello, 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 hello world. What? Hello, 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 hello world. What? Hello, 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 hello world. I'm what? Hello, 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 hello world. I got no visa. Everybody, hello, 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 hello world. When you go home, hello, 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 hello world. When you open your laptop, hello, 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 hello world. When you win the hackathon, hello, 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 hello world. When you make your coffee, hello, 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 hello world. Thank you guys. Woo-hoo!
All right, guys, skinny Mamantuana. Hello, 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 hello world. All right, awesome guys. So I'm going to ask everyone to stand up, and can we head outside to take a group picture? And straight after lunch is served, right? But before, can we all just head out of that door, and let's take a group picture, and then we'll go ahead, have lunch, and then you guys can continue hacking on those amazing solutions. Awesome. So